Ladies and gentlemen, the first person to land a spacecraft upon the moon and the first person to set foot upon its surface, Mr. Neil Armstrong.
Thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Reed, Mr. McConnell, Ms. Pelosi, members, distinguished guests. We gather in this remarkable monument to American history. This room connecting the houses of Congress. This room where ideological differences fade in the presence of the overpowering force of pride in what we do and what Americans have achieved. It's a privilege to be in this rotunda. High above us, just below the windows, stretches a frieze with 19 panels depicting important events in American history. The most recent of them, number 19, just above me here, depicts the first successful flight of a man in a powered aircraft by the brothers Wright 108 years ago. The depiction, in addition to the craft and the responsible individuals, includes an American bald eagle carrying an olive branch. Wilbur and Orville Wright were the 45th recipients of the Congressional Gold Medal and the first for achievements in the world of flight. Subsequently, Congressional Gold Medals have been presented 9 times for aviation and rocketry achievements. Today, for the first time, they are being given for achievements in spaceflight. In an appropriate coincidence, Apollo 11's mission emblem and crew patch also featured an American bald eagle carrying an olive branch. The Apollo 11 crew is honored to receive the Congressional Gold Medal and accept, on behalf of our fellow Apollo teammates, all those who played a role in expanding the human presence outward from Earth, and all those who played a role in expanding human knowledge of the solar system and beyond. We thank the Congress very much.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
Good day, everyone, from New York. We're coming on the air because NBC News has learned that Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot on the moon, has died. Armstrong underwent heart bypass surgery earlier this month after failing a stress test days after celebrating his 82nd birthday. Armstrong shot to international fame in 1969 during the Apollo 11 mission. As the commander of that mission, he was the first person to walk on the moon, famously declaring it one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. He leaves behind his wife, Carol, and 3 children. NBC's Brian Williams joins me now on the phone. Brian, we were mentioning this man is a giant to a generation of Americans.
Well, the guys of our age, and especially Lester, we've lost the last American hero, this unassuming, introverted engineer by trade and temperament of effortless courage. 2 quick points to remember, as so much will be said and written about him over the next few days. There was never a Neil Armstrong action figure or a chain of restaurants. He came home and almost ran from his newfound title, First Man on the Moon. And as we remember that mission, he had to at some point press a button to fire those rockets from the surface of the moon. There was no guarantee any of it would work. Boundless, effortless courage, a genuine American hero.
Brian Williams. And again, Neil Armstrong, a former naval aviator, test pilot. He'd flown 200 different aircraft in his career, 2 space flights, but most memorable, of course, Apollo 11's mission to put man on the moon for the first time. We'll have much more on Armstrong's passing and a look back at his incredible life and accomplishments tonight on NBC Nightly News. For now, I'm Lester Holt, NBC News, New York.
On Saturday, NASA lost an extraordinary and beloved member of our family with the passing of Neil Armstrong, the first human to set foot on the surface of the moon. Neil will always be remembered for taking humankind's first small step on a world beyond our own. But it was his courage, grace, and humility before, during, and after his historic Apollo 11 mission that has continued to lift him and all of us far beyond that breakthrough achievement. Before becoming a NASA astronaut in the mid-1950s, Neil interrupted his college studies at Purdue University to become a Navy fighter pilot who flew 78 combat missions in the Korean War. His service to NASA included assignments as an engineer, test pilot, and Deputy Associate Administrator for Aeronautics. He joined our astronaut corps in 1962 and was the commander of the 1969 moon landing. Neil's unquenchable thirst for knowledge and problem solving led him into leadership positions in corporate America and in academia, where he devoted himself to inspiring new generations of scientists and explorers. My own decision to pursue a career with NASA as an astronaut was greatly influenced by his example. I was proud to know Neil Armstrong as a colleague, advisor, and friend. As this agency prepares to journey to places in space no human has ever gone before, we stand on the shoulders of a true American hero. As the Armstrong family said in their statement on Neil's passing, he would want us to be willing to explore and push the limits of our abilities. I ask you to join me, the Armstrong family, and a grateful nation, and an admiring world in remembering the achievements and honoring the legacy of Commander Neil Armstrong. And in the words of the Armstrong family, the next time you walk outside on a clear night and see the moon smiling down at you, think of Neil Armstrong and give him a wink.
For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this LEM.
I'll be looking
2
at
hemispheres, one showing
but I'll be
each of the 2 hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States. Clear. How's it going? Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. I believe they're setting up the flag now.
Summer's day, in everything that's light and gay.
I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new.
How is the quality of the TV? Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
Looking at the moon.
Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
But I'll
yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Beautiful, just beautiful.